Hello and welcome to Point of View, where we give students a place to listen, learn, and lean in. And we're your hosts, Logan,
Manavi,
Thomas,
Caitlyn.
And in today's episode, we'll be discussing Mandela Effects. Okay, so to actually start the conversation about Mandela Effects, I think it's fitting to start with where the name came from at all, which is the false death of Nelson Mandela. So how it happened is around the 1980s, a lot of people almost inexplicably believed that Nelson Mandela had died. It wasn't like one person or a specific group of people. It was almost like around the world, people kind of thought he had died when he was still entirely alive. He ended up dying in 2013. So this whole thing comes from this, that's why it's so fascinating to me. As this first one, how can that many people just randomly in the 80s, before widespread internet?
Yeah.
How can that many people just think that? You know what I mean?
I mean, there are instances of rumors getting passed around before then, but I guess that's a very extreme example. Was it only just in the United States that it got
No,
passed
it was
around,
worldwide, man. It was crazy. And that's not the most engaging one to start with. Everyone wants to talk about the mascots and stuff, but I think it is worth pointing out that's why it's called a Mandela Effect. It's Nelson Mandela died. And then to actually start with the media ones, to transition out of that, in Star Wars, the whole famous line, the whole thing a lot of people associate with Star Wars at all is that scene where it's Luke and Darth Vader and they're on the whole ship. I forget, it's been a while since I watched it. And the line, Luke, I am your, or what was it?
No, I am your father.
No, yeah, so no Luke, or people remember it as no Luke, I am your father, right? And then he cries and whatever else happens. The line is actually no, I am your father. He never says Luke at all, as Caitlyn just corrected me because I forgot it myself. Yeah.
I feel like that was the first one I've ever learned about.
Right.
But I believe it. I'm oh yeah, Luke, I am your father. Mm-hmm. But I think it could be just because that's really heavily quoted in media, so
right.
In other shows they've been using that line as a parody for it,
right?
And even though I haven't watched the actual movie, I probably have, but I don't know if I'm qualified enough to say oh yeah, that's what it was. But if everyone's misquoting it,
right,
maybe that's why people believe.
Where does it start? You know what I mean? Because I think we're at the point where oh, it's the joke line. It's the line people know. If you're going to make a Star Wars parody or a Star Wars reference, that's going to be what you say. Mm-hmm. That has to start somewhere. I think part of it, honestly, is just that no Luke, I'm your father just sounds so much better.
It does
as
sound
a line.
better.
No, I am your father. I don't know. It's less quotable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Luke thing, being able to pull it out of context that makes it a lot more interesting to quote. It's Star Wars, though, so ultimately it's kind of boring. Manavi, do you want to introduce yours?
Okay, so I think Monopoly, and I think this is related to the Mandela Effect because the Mandela Effect it refers to a fun phenomenon,
mm-hmm.
and it's where a large group of people remember something differently and how it occurred, right?
Right.
So Monopoly is we all know Monopoly is a popular board game that maybe some people still play. It's often cited as it discusses about it often relates to the Mandela Effect because many people recall it as the the Monopoly man.
Yeah, the dude,
right?
the old
dude,
guy in
right?
the box.
Or known as the rich Uncle Pennybags.
Who calls him
I
that?
didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
His name is Pennybags, and you shall treat him with respect.
Exactly. Yeah. And even though the official mascot doesn't wear a monocle.
Oh yeah, the monocle thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think it's different. It's the difference between the memory and the reality highlights how collective and false the memories and how it can develop and spread.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait, does he or does he not have a monocle?
I think
it's
he
that.
Doesn't have.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah,
right.
He doesn't. Yeah.
I remember seeing this whole series of shorts because I'm a dork and I was scrolling shorts one day about this dude just going insane trying to find at one point at all in all of the Monopoly boards where the guy had a monocle on it, and there was one from the 1970s with some stupid theme, and on that money specifically, on one of the bills he had a monocle, and people I was looking through the comments and people were acting oh, this proves it. This makes sense. I thought he had a monocle because this random set from the 70s that I never had, and it's
yeah.
are you talking about, bro?
You know what it might be? Like, I don't know what the brand of peanuts are, but it's that brand of peanuts with the peanut has, like, a top hat and a monocle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe that's why, because they look, one's a peanut and one's a man, but, like, I feel like it's similar
They're
vibes.
that same stereotype of just, like, some rich old dude. And you have to have the monocle.
Exactly. I think the monocle just makes sense. I think he should have had a monocle if he doesn't have one.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably the stereotype of, like, just rich old man having a monocle.
Yeah.
And Monopoly isn't, like, actively trying to break boundaries and archetypes. Like, they don't care. It's like, I've never even thought about it like that, but some people really care about that specifically. I've had conversations with friends before who are like, no, you don't get it. He's never had a monocle. It's insane. It's like, all right.
No,
I'm not changing my life.
Just
I
play the
wonder
game.
how much, like, of the Mandela effect is, like, someone just misspoke one day and people are like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of it is just, like, social media. It's stuff I'd never realized before. And someone points it out and I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. And then the rest of the thing is you
snowballs.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody moves on
Yeah,
ever.
but no one moves on.
It's like, what was I think sometimes people just want to care about something.
Yeah. I just want to know, like, how much is, like, speculation.
Yeah, like, how, like, that's what I was thinking going into this episode. How many of these are, like,
do you
for
guys,
real?
I mean, like, are we just saying we believe it because, like, it just makes sense and that's what other people said?
I think I've seen instances of, like, people, like, this is kind of related, but, like, generating false memories when given false information, so it could kind of stem from that.
Like, when everyone says, oh, hey, it's a Mandela effect, you used to think that the Monopoly man had a monocle. I don't actually remember what I thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if everyone's saying...
I haven't thought about it since I saw him
I don't
last.
think I ever thought about it. But, like, you used to think that he had a monocle. I guess I did. And it's like, oh, he doesn't have a monocle. Oh, okay. This memory that was entirely, totally not made up by you is now false. That's crazy, man. I think we've gone on for long enough about Pennybacker or whatever.
Yeah.
Pennybags. Is this you, Thomas? No, Caitlyn.
So Curious George was a popular show. I don't know if it still plays, but when I was a kid, it was playing.
It was
I think it was on, like, PBS Kids.
Yeah, I think it probably stopped by now.
I feel like I distinctly remember, like, during the theme song, like, Curious George swinging from, like, the logo, like, with his tail, like, swinging with his tail from the logo. But
this is one of those things I've never thought about before, but now that you're saying it's, like, giving me the idea of, like, oh, yeah, he totally did.
He totally did that, right? No, but, like, he doesn't have a tail. Like, in all of the stuff, you can't find him. He doesn't have a tail, but it's also, like, no, he doesn't have a tail.
Maybe he,
but
like,
why would a monkey not have a tail?
You're right.
Does he have... No, because monkeys don't have the little baby ones either.
No, they have, like, the little hook tail.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe he, like, swung from the logo using his hands instead, but...
Maybe. That would be so
Wait,
fitting.
he actually never had a tail. I love that. I used to watch it
that
so
was the show.
much.
No,
It was
yeah,
my
he
favorite.
just doesn't have a tail.
It's crazy how mundane this stuff is, but it's like guys,
Wait,
Curious
I'm, like,
George.
thinking about it. I want to go watch it now.
Yeah, wait. So now if you're listening to this is your time to Google and see that, oh, hey, he never had a tail. You're insane, I get. I don't think I ever remembered him having a tail. But I also never paid attention to his tail because I was 5 years old.
Right.
I guess I thought, now that I'm thinking about it, I thought he had one of the smaller tails, but that makes no sense either because monkeys don't have those little, like, pom-pom tail. You know the kind I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What was the yellow, like, the guy who's...
Man in the yellow hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that his
Yeah,
name?
that's the guy.
Yeah, that's his
Man in the yellow hat. He's the
Maybe
guy.
he's actually secretly a big criminal.
Oh, yeah. He cut off. It's, like, really morbid. Oh, God.
The dark side of history.
Okay, and then from there, Oreos.
That's mine.
Yeah,
So everybody loves Oreos, you know, probably not America's /1 leading cause of diabetes, but, you know, up there.
Right.
Double stuffed Oreos. How do you guys spell that? Not the double, just the stuff.
STUFF, I would assume?
Yeah, no, you're wrong. It's one F. Why? I don't know.
Huh.
Wait, there's only one F?
Yeah.
That makes no... I feel like branding-wise, you would have two S, because it's, like, double the amount of stuff.
Why would you cut the stuff in
Yeah.
half?
I think they're just trying to be quirky with that one, like just removing
Just
one of the
corporate
F's.
nonsense. No, what they should have done is had 4 Fs. That way it really is
Yeah.
double the stuff.
Is this really a Mandela effect or just people autofilling like the last F?
Yeah,
for
I
this?
feel like this is like I guess so, but it's one of these things where it's like, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting you.
Yeah, like I don't know if anyone cared again beforehand. Like, oh, let me see if the stuff in
like,
double
my
stuff has one F
identity
instead of
rides on it. That little pink thing having 2 Fs. No, it doesn't. My life's ruined, right?
And it's like different. Like, why would you assume it's not spelled correctly?
Right. That's the thing. I feel like this is just a case of corporations being dumb and stupid.
Yeah, just being weird.
Hey
And
guys,
then-
we're so quirky. Buy our product.
Yeah.
And like, I still buy them. The one thing about double stuffed Oreos, and this is unrelated, but because like shrinkflation, remember the idea that products are getting small.
Mm-hmm.
The double stuff amount in a double stuffed Oreo is as much that it used to be in a normal one. It's crazy. No,
It's
Shut
the same.
up.
it's like not the same, but it's like so. It's like you look at it now. If you really look at it, it's insane how small it is. That's
It's
the
like
real
this,
Mandela
It's like
effect.
the double stuff like more like than that.
Yeah, it's more, and you're paying for more, and then it's like the same amount as like what the old normal Oreo used to be, but since they're shrinking everything.
Oh.
This is what America has become.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have a few more just to scroll through. Not as big, Thomas, if you could.
Well, mine's up again. Cheez-Its. You probably think it's spelled, it's CHEEZ -ITZ, right?
No.
Well,
There's
how
an
do you
S,
think it's,
right?
huh?
There's an S, Cheez-It.
No, it's not. It's not an S. There's actually no like
Oh,
S
it's
or
a
Z at the
singular?
end. Yeah, it's a
Just a
single
singular
Cheez-It.
The
Cheez-It.
name of the brand.
Just one cheese in.
Singular cheese.
I swear it was like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, no, it's a single Cheez-It per box. You buy like the big bag, you buy the big box or whatever. You open it up, like all the air comes out and just lies in the bag, like a single
Just a
Cheez-It.
big. What I'm learning from this is companies can't name stuff.
Yeah.
Cheese.
I feel like they would definitely add like a Z at the end of it.
Yeah,
like
just like,
Cheez-Its.
and that would be corny in its own right. I'd probably be more angry at Cheez-Its with a Z than Cheez-It singular, but it would make more sense. Oh god! And then this is the classic one. This is the one that I know for sure got me into Mandela Effects. Who was the one who mentioned this one? Caitlyn.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
So another cartoon,
Cartoons.
Looney Tunes. Is it spelled Looney and then Tunes with TOONES?
Okay, like tunes.
Tunes.
Like cartoons.
Yeah, or is it TUNES?
It's tunes, right? Like cartoon.
It's tunes, like
Oh, like
beats,
oh,
tunes, like tunes.
people can't name anything. What
TUN
the fuck is this?
I feel like if it was always tunes, like with a U, that's a missed opportunity.
I feel like I would go with like Looney LOO and two TOO. It would make
Yeah,
more sense.
it would be more visually appealing.
Yeah.
One and two, it's a cartoon. Why would you not?
I feel like part of it has to come from the fact that it's so old that it's like before. Was it before? No, is it?
Did they start as like a music company?
Yeah, not a
Oh.
music company, but they used to have those like shorts where it was like a character, like what like they used to do with Mickey Mouse, and they'd have the shorts where it's the character and it's about like a music, like Fantasia and all that
I
stuff.
guess, but I don't think that incorporates, or that would still fall under the TONS, like for tunes, you
Yeah.
know, cartoon.
Wild. And then Caitlyn again, actually.
Okay, so the Snow White movie, the evil. What is her name?
Enchantress or whatever? No, that's
The Evil
not
Queen?
Yeah, the evil queen.
it. Maleficent. No.
No.
I'm going insane.
No.
I'm going insane.
Isn't that a 2012
That's-
movie?
They're all the same
Sleeping
person.
Beauty.
They're all the same. Whatever. Okay. I'll
Yeah,
cry now.
evil queen. She has a magic mirror. But is the line "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all," or is it "Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all"?
There's no way.
It's Mirror on the Wall, right?
Come on.
Why is it magic mirror?
Come on.
Literally, why is it magic mirror?
Well, I mean, it is a magic mirror.
I
That
think-
would
Yeah, I
make
guess,
sense.
but like also like again like with it being quoted, it's always quoted as like mirror mirror.
Yeah.
Like
It
with,
sounds more appealing, Mirror, mirror on the Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree, but this is the flaw of modern society.
I guess
I
it is a
think
magic mirror on the wall.
Mandela
But like
Effects, it feels like they're coming from this place of wanting to correct things that
Yeah.
should be fixed.
Yeah.
Like all of these so far are just things that should be real but aren't. And they're
Right.
just like fake for some reason, for no reason at all. And people don't like that, so we lie to ourselves. And then I think we can just end out with Thomas's.
Well,
This is-
last one I had, the stupid little yellow rat in Pokemon, the
Yeah,
Pikachu.
Pikachu, that little guy. The
Um,
stupid little yellow
why does
rat.
he have to
I
be a
guess.
rat?
Yeah,
He
that's
is.
so hateful.
It is a rat, legitimately. Anyways, do you guys think he has a black spot on its tail?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. There's one instance of one having one, but outside of that, no.
So as a whole, he just doesn't have the heart.
No.
Or
Doesn't he
no.
have like a black like scar or something?
No.
Right?
It
Does
has
he
like
have
a
jail
little
tats and
brown
a
part at the
scar?
bottom,
Wait,
but
doesn't-
No, I don't think he has.
No.
He has like, there is black on his design, right?
that's only for like the one like
Oh, wait, so just in general, there's not really black on his
So
design,
is
No.
he just yellow?
base
and then red for the cheek.
And
Really?
brown, yellow, red, but no black.
I swear there was a black.
There's one instance, one specific Pikachu of having black
There's
on his
just
tail.
one
but
Pikachu. Who's the one Pikachu?
you know the
The one-
dressable one in like I think
Oh yeah, and like just a one mini game in one of the games
Yeah.
ever. That's
I feel like that
Wild.
one's like a real one. Like
that feels real. That feels
because-
like so I play a video game with Pikachu in it, like basically daily, right? For like esports, whatever. It's dorky. And I play against Pikachu. I'm not kidding, every day. And if you asked me that question, I would have said, "Oh yeah, he has black on his design." I see him on my little screen every day, and I still thought he has black on his. What?
no, he doesn't.
Fascinating. So yeah.
I just have a question for you
yeah.
guys.
What's up?
Aside from like what we believe are just the general public misremembering things, what do you think would cause like the Mandela effect? Because I've heard like conspiracy theories being like,
Oh, the
like
CIA.
someone went back in time and then like the butterfly effect, they stepped on something.
Those 5G towers.
And it completely rewrote our design for our universe,
Some
and then that's
people
why
really
things
just
are
want to
different.
believe stuff, I guess. I think it does come from like thinking something makes more sense, so you just assume it, and just not questioning things when you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Like our brains autocomplete so much in our lives that I think we just autocomplete certain stuff to make it make more sense, or because we've heard it somewhere, or just because it sounds better, and then turns out that's false. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, because like for instance, stuff, you know, not having the extra F and then it's like it's plural, right, in the bag.
Right.
Jesus.
I think it's really like fascinating.
It is.
I think it's like fun.
It is. It's one of those things where it's so
It's like,
minor, but
oh,
it's so
like I
fun.
didn't know, but like now that you're telling me, like,
Right. It makes you
now
look at the world
yeah,
different.
Yeah.
And I think one cool thing about Mandela Effects is how niche you can get. We were compiling a list of all of these to talk about. And what I realized when I was looking up is that there's so many that I know that are so niche to like video games or like there's so much. It's so easy to not know something that you get to see these cool Mandela effects in like everything. You see it in like rap. You can see it in rap music. You can see it in games. You can see it in movies and shows and Cheez-Its. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like it's just like a little like fun thing we get in our lives, like a little bonus thing we can do.
Yeah.
Until it makes you angry over stupid stuff, and you just spend days going through like reels getting angry at Mandela effects.
I'm trying to think of any like specific like niche instances of it on my own, but I can't come up with anything.
Okay, well maybe I'm insane then.
Well, no. I feel like I've had it happen to me before. I just can't remember anything like off the top of my head.
Well, unless anyone has something to add, I think we can conclude our episode. Cool. So this concludes this episode of Point of View. Thank you so much for listening. For a transcript of this episode, head to the Point of View tab on our website, nhsmessenger.org, and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at NHS Point of View for updates and new episodes. We've been your hosts, Logan,
Manavi.
Thomas.
Caitlyn.
and this has been Point of View.